All right, so you guys wanted to know how to build $1 million net worth, starting from, not a lot. We got tons of requests for this one.
Yeah.
So today we're diving deep into the story of someone who actually did it.
And what's so cool about this is it's like they didn't do anything crazy. No crypto.
No, like crazy risks.
No overnight, scheme.
Exactly.
This is the long game.
Yeah. This is someone who did it with just like smart money moves, side hustles, and a seriously focused mindset. Like they talk a lot about consistency and vision.
Yeah, and that's really what sets this story apart.
Yeah.
It's about, the beliefs that drive those actions. Like they really believe they could become a millionaire.
Oh, yeah. They talk about this thing where they would actually like visualize their goals.
Yeah, they create this almost like a mental movie.
Oh, wow.
Of where they wanted to be.
And it's not just like a one-time thing either. They're like constantly reminding themselves of these goals.
Every single day, like a mantra.
Yeah, like just to stay focused and shut out like all the distractions and stuff.
There's actually this quote from the source material that really sums it up. The poorest person isn't the one without money. It's the one without hope or vision.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So basically, you got to believe it to see it. But this person didn't just sit around visualizing $1 million. They took some major action, starting with getting rid of their debt. They like seriously hated debt, called it their enemy.
And for good reason, it's like this anchor dragging you down.
Pulling you back, yeah.
So they knew, to really move forward, they had to ditch it.
And get this, they went all in on a cash-based lifestyle, like for almost everything. Can you imagine, buying a car with stacks of bills?
Talk about a visual reminder of your spending habits.
Right.
It forces you to think twice before, you pull out your wallet.
Totally. And speaking of mindfulness, this person was a budgeting fanatic. They mentioned writing over 360 monthly budgets in a row.
Wow. That's dedication. But what's interesting is it wasn't just about, plugging numbers into some generic template.
Right. It was more personalized.
Yeah.
Okay.
They figured out their own spending patterns, where they could cut back, and then build a system that actually worked for their life. And they stuck with it for decades.
Talk about discipline. Okay, so we've got focus, consistency, ditching debt, and budgeting. What other secrets did this money master have up their sleeve?
Well, they knew that building wealth wasn't just about saving. It was about boosting their earning power, investing in themselves.
Yeah, they were total bookworms. They mention Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Millionaire Next Door.
Classics.
Yeah. And apparently those books led to some major mindset shifts.
Oh, absolutely. Those books are packed with practical advice on investing, real estate, that whole wealth building mentality. They even took it a step further and enrolled in a financial planning course at their local community college.
Oh, wow. So not just reading, but actually putting it into practice.
Exactly. They took action. They treated knowledge as an investment.
Okay. So we've got the financial foundations covered. Mindset, debt, budgeting, learning. But sometimes to reach those big goals, you need more.
Momentum.
Yeah. And that's where this hustle energy we talked about comes in.
Right. Because they didn't just rely on their 9 to 5.
Nope. This person was all about side hustles. And they got creative.
Oh, yeah. They started small, like folding clothes at Eddie Bauer, just to make a little extra cash.
But then they really leveled up, right? With the eBay store.
That's right. They were amazing at finding hidden treasures.
Like at thrift stores, flea markets. And they had this knack for spotting trends and marketing things online.
It's like they turned a hobby into a thriving business. Hours of research, constantly refining their strategies, and eventually it became a major source of income.
Wow. So the side hustle wasn't just about the extra money.
No, it was about, building skills.
Yeah.
Testing their limits, proving that they could create their own opportunities.
So much more than just a side gig.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the mindset, the debt, the budget, the learning, and the side hustle. But there's one more piece to their success that I think is super important, and that's teamwork.
The community aspect.
Yeah. They really stress that they didn't do this all alone. They talk about being in the same boat with their spouse.
Rowing in the same direction.
When it comes to their financial goals.
Love that analogy.
Yeah.
Because it's so important to have that shared vision, that mutual support.
It's like having a built-in accountability partner.
Absolutely. Someone who gets your dreams, celebrates your wins. And they would even have these regular money dates with their spouse.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't it?
I like that.
To review their budget, track progress, brainstorm ideas together.
So it's not just about the money. It's about connecting.
Exactly.
And they didn't just stop with their spouse. They also talk about building a wider network.
Surrounding themselves with people who were, on a similar path.
Or people who had already achieved a level of success they wanted.
Right. Because the people you spend time with, they really influence you.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're hanging out with people who are financially responsible, it creates this positive energy.
It's contagious. They even joined a local investment club.
Oh, wow.
To learn from others, bounce ideas around, get some insights from more experienced investors.
That's a great idea. Like, find your tribe, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so now let's switch gears a bit and talk about what this person specifically warned against get-rich-quick schemes.
Right, because they were all about the slow and steady approach. And for good reason. Those schemes, they prey on people's desire for, easy money.
Yeah, and they can be super risky, especially for people who might not, like, totally understand how it all works.
Exactly. And they specifically mentioned avoiding, like, that whole day trading craze.
Oh, yeah. Like, that was everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
For a while.
People getting caught up in the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Making impulsive decisions.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, unfortunately, lost money.
So their advice was basically, don't fall for the hype.
Yeah. Stick to the fundamentals.
Focus on long-term growth, not some quick fix.
Exactly. Patience and smart decisions.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. This person's journey to $1 million was about a positive mindset, financial discipline, hard work, and community.
It's pretty inspiring.
It is. And I think it's really relevant for our listeners. You specifically asked to learn from someone who actually did it.
Who walked the walk.
Right. And this story shows that it's possible. It's not about luck or shortcuts. It's about making smart choices and staying committed.
Yeah. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, here's a question for you to think about. If you could pick just one thing from everything we talked about today and start doing it right now, what would it be?
Is it the mindset shift, like visualizing your goals or tackling debt?
Maybe finding a side hustle that you're passionate about.
Or getting serious about budgeting.
Or maybe even finding a supportive community.
Whatever it is, the key is to take action.
Don't just let this information sit there. Choose something and start moving forward.
Because remember, building wealth is a journey.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. There will be challenges, but with the right mindset, a plan, and the right people around you, you can achieve anything.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll be sharing your story on the show, inspiring others with your unique path to success.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.
That's right. Yeah, so they talk about being like in the same boat, with their spouse.
Rowing in the same direction.
When it comes to like financial goals and stuff.
Yeah, it's so powerful, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be on the same page. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're just like paddling in circles.
Yeah, totally. It's like you've got this built-in accountability buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Someone to keep you on track.
Someone to celebrate the wins with.
They would even have like these regular money dates.
Oh, that's so cute.
Right.
I love that.
Sit down with a glass of wine or whatever.
Yeah.
Review the budget. Mm-hmm. Track their progress, brainstorm some ideas together.
So it becomes like a bonding thing.
It is. It's not just about like spreadsheets and numbers.
Exactly.
It's about connecting.
Yeah, for sure. And it wasn't just their spouse. They talk about building a bigger network too.
Yes, surrounding themselves with people who are, on a similar journey.
Or people who have already like reached a level of success,
Like mentors almost.
Yeah, exactly. Because who you hang out with, it rubs off on you.
Oh, totally. It's contagious, that energy.
So if you're around people who are like financially savvy, it's going to like inspire you to up your game.
Absolutely. And they even join like a local investment club.
Oh, wow.
To connect with other people, bounce ideas around.
Yeah, learn some stuff.
Exactly. Get insights from more experienced investors.
That's a great idea. It's like find your tribe, right?
Yes, find your people.
Okay, so now let's talk about something this person was very much against. Get rich quick schemes.
Yeah, they were not about that life.
Like at all.
Nope. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah. Right, because those schemes, they're so tempting.
Oh, yeah. They prey on people's desire for like easy money.
And they can be risky.
Oh, yeah. Super risky.
Especially if you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And they specifically mentioned like avoiding day trading.
Oh, yeah. That was like the big thing for a while.
Huge. Everybody thought they were going to get rich quick.
Right.
But a lot of people got burned.
Yeah. So their advice was basically like, don't fall for the hype.
Exactly. Stick to the fundamentals.
Focus on long-term growth, not like some overnight miracle.
Patience, discipline, smart decisions.
Okay. So to sum it all up, this person's journey to $1 million, it was about mindset, discipline,
hard work,
community,
and not falling for the shortcuts.
Exactly. And I think it's so inspiring, for our listeners, because like you said, you wanted to hear from someone who'd actually done it.
Who'd walk the walk. Not just talk the talk.
And this story proves that it's possible.
It is. It's not about luck. It's about making smart choices and staying committed.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, here's something to think about. If you could pick just one thing from everything we've talked about and start doing it right now, what would it be?
Is it changing your mindset? Visualizing those goals?
Maybe it's finally tackling that debt.
Finding a side hustle that lights you up?
Or getting serious about your budget?
Or maybe it's finding your tribe, finding those people who support you and inspire you.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
The point is to take action.
Don't just listen to this and then do nothing.
Choose something and make it happen.
Yeah.
Because building wealth, it's a journey.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. There'll be bumps in the road, but with the right mindset, a plan, and your people, you can achieve anything.
And hey, maybe one day we'll be sharing your story.
Yeah, inspiring others with your journey.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep. You know, it's so easy to focus on like the how of building wealth, but this person's story, it really shows the why too.
Right, like what you're going to deal with it when you get there.
Yeah, they achieved financial freedom, but they also talk about using it to give back to the community.
Like it wasn't just about them.
No, they talk about setting up a scholarship fund for students and donating to organizations that fight homelessness.
That's amazing.
It's pretty inspiring, right? Like their success wasn't just personal, it was about making a difference.
Yeah, it kind of challenges that idea that wealth building is like selfish.
Right.
It can be a force for good.
Totally. So as you're thinking about that one step you're going to take, think about the bigger picture too.
Yeah, like what does financial freedom look like for you?
What kind of impact do you want to have on the world?
Those are some big questions.
They are, but they're important ones.
Yeah, and remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
So true.
There will be challenges, but with the right mindset, a plan, and your people, you can do anything.
And hey, maybe someday we'll be featuring your story on the show.
Yeah, you'll be the one inspiring others.
That's right. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.
See you next time.